Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the Pulse News on 29th January newspaper front page lawn. Ruling alliance to dominate. Post-poll Senate PM. Says the government wants to close doors on horse trading corruption committed in past during elections by Syed Irfan Raza. Islamabad Prime Minister Imran Khan on Thursday expressed confidence that the ruling alliance would have a majority in the Senate after the forthcoming elections of the upper house of parliament. We will have a sizable majority in the Senate in the next elections. The Prime Minister said during a meeting with his spokespersons. Advisor to the Prime Minister on Parliamentary Affairs, Dr. Baba Aman briefed the Prime Minister on the proposed legislation seeking holding of the Senate polls through open vote. Participant of the meeting told Dawn that the Prime Minister was of the view that the government wanted to close the doors of horse trading and corruption usually committed in the past during the Senate elections. He quoted Clause 23 of the Charter of Democracy signed between the Pakistan People's Party (PPP) and the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz (PMLN) in 2006, which also called for elimination of horse trading at floor crossing. The opposition had agreed to end horse trading, but now they are opposing the government move to ensure open ballot in the Senate polls. The Prime Minister was quoted as saying. Advisor to the Prime Minister on accountability, Shehbaz Shehzad Akbar gave a briefing on planned grabbing in Punjab by PMLM, PMLN leaders and financiers. On this, the Prime Minister said it had been unveiled that opposition parties were getting monetary benefits from Kabza mafia land grabbers, and in return, the previous regimes had ignored illegal occupation of state land. This had promoted a culture of corruption, he added. A spokesperson, Shulzab Kamal, told Dawn that the Prime Minister insisted that all spokesperson and PTI leaders urged people to hate corruption, and those committed it. In fact, society as a whole accepted or legalized corruption that destroyed our social fabric. Prime Minister Khan was quoted as saying. Ms. Kamal said the Prime Minister directed the spokespersons not to lose dignity while appearing in TV talk shows and always went thereafter through homework and study. Earlier addressing the launching ceremony of a docudrama Pani Ke Punk, the Prime Minister said Pakistanis shouldn't be concerned about creating a soft image of their country only to win approval from the West. calling such a perception an inferiority complex. Nations should instead strive for being seen as an independent nation which has confidence in itself and does not have to rely on anyone for aid. I repeatedly hear we need to present a soft image of Pakistan. What does our soft image mean? Why do we say this? And if this soft image is established, will the world consider us very good? He asked, citing the example of the vision of enlightened moderation introduced by a former military ruler, retired General Pervez Musharraf. He said people shouldn't plan their actions based on what Western countries would approve. We heard the term enlightened moderation for the first time in our lives. Nobody knows what it means. Most people understood it that the more we resemble people in the West, the more we will appear moderate. So people started speaking English and wearing Western clothes and thought they had become moderate. In this moderation, is this moderation? Please understand this is inferiority complex, he added. The Prime Minister reiterated that Pakistan had made a mistake in entering the US war on terror. We entered someone else's war which wasn't ours. We should have never joined it, he said, adding that Pakistan had first taken part in glorifying jihad in the 1980s and making Mujahideen heroes, and later pursued them as terrorists on the instructions of the United States after 9/11. So the country inevitably had to pay a heavy price for it. He said people shouldn't think we need to present a soft image of ourselves because the West, started calling us terrorists. You can never enter someone else's war, take benefits from them, and not suffer for it, he stressed. Prime Minister Khan promised his government's complete support for the film industry to produce original documentaries and films. He said that there was a time when PTV dramas were watched across the border in India, adding that once thriving film industry had fallen behind because it started copying cheap Indian films. The Prime Minister said the previous governments had executed short-term projects just to attract votes by cutting ribbons during their tenures, which dragged the country behind. He said that due to the very reasons hydropower projects were not executed despite immense potential of 70,000 megawatts in the country. Rather, the governments signed exorbitant contracts to supply the cost, costliest electricity in the subcontinent. Mr. Khan said that under the contract, the government had to pay capacity payment even without consuming the electricity. Under this head, rupees 180 billion said was paid in 2019 and rupees 500 billion in 2020 by the incumbent government, and the amount would swell to rupees 1,500 billion by 2023. He said that after 50 years, the government launched work on two major dams of Diame Basha and Moman to increase power production, conserve water, and thus uplift agriculture sector. Concept writer of Dokudrama, Zanera Azar, said the work would help in highlighting the positive image of the country, particularly Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, which was maligned as a gun-oriented society during the anti-terror war. On the occasion, a short clip of the drama was also played, which earned huge applause from the audience. Earlier, WAPDA chairman, retired Lieutenant General Muzammil Hussain, said the authority was pursuing power projects based on three basic factors of the Prime Minister's people-centric people-centric policies, production of clean energy, uplift of agriculture sector, and promotion of technology use. He told the audience that 3,000 engineers had been trained to carry out multiple projects in the power sector. He said power projects worth rupees 26 billion were underway. And in the end, the formal request, if you have not yet, please subscribe our channel and press the bell button to get the first from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Goodbye.